Pecha Kucha 98, looking at Adobe Illustrator. So I have been wanting to do something with the Illustrator forever, but whenever I open it, I just close it again because it's like an alien world. I don't know what I'm doing there. But it's got some toys we'll discuss, right? But before I got there, I was watching the Joe Rogan Experience. Russell Brand. I don't always agree with Russell Brand's outlook on life, but I respect what he's gone through in his life, and he's got himself in a good position. It was a good talk. They discussed a lot of stuff very interesting. I also watched Itchy the Killer. I kind of slagged it off to one of my friends, and I thought I'd better go back and watch it and see if it's as bad as I think it is. And it isn't. What it is it's got an ending that just makes you go, what the fuck? It's a good movie. It's extremely violent. It's very unorthodox, and the bad guy, this guy, has the finest wardrobe I think I've ever seen anyone have in any movie ever. You can literally see that his suit is shining in the sun. It's some two-tone. I don't even know what fabric it's made of. Some kind of new technology, space age metal. Probably the most offensive thing, shocking thing about the movie is the violence that you see portrayed towards women. There's a lot of violence to a lot of things, but a lot of it's like cartoony and over the top. But I think the reason this movie was banned in so many countries is because you just see women getting punched in the face. And that's actually kind of a tough sell. I don't see this movie playing in Germany. Kung Fu Hustle. I like its swagger, but it's very, very farcical. Maybe just a little bit too much for even me. Recommended? Yeah, go on then. It can't hurt. Silent Hill, the movie. I like it, but I like it because I know where I stand on Silent Hill. Silent Hill is my favorite horror game. It's why I don't watch horror movies, because why watch it when you can play it? I can tell the director cared a lot about the source material, because, I love the first game. They got the guy who did the music. He's doing the music for the film. There's a lot of plot relevance and references. They don't help the movie, but they help you if you've played the game and you want to like the movie. So it helps me. Another plus point for the movie is that Sean Bean's in it at the start, Sean Bean's in it at the end. Sean Bean makes it through the entire movie. I know, right? That's not normal. This may be... You could probably count on one hand the amount of times that's happened in Sean Bean's career. That's just a meme. It is what it is, right? And to borrow the line from American Psycho, there is no catharsis. In fact, all three movies that I've mentioned, the endings are kind of underwhelming to the point where they kind of made me think, what was the point of watching the movie? Because it's my second time watching them all, or third, I've made peace with it. Here's some other silly shit I was watching this week. I can't even explain what the Gmod Idiot Box is. It's YouTube poop using game assets. Watch 15 seconds, you'll know if it's for you or not. It's hilarious, it's stupid, it's quite well done, actually. Das bullshit. He's kind of good at that. I was watching a speed run, a guy doing a speed run on Twitch that he's put on YouTube. I'm starting to appreciate why people watch streamers now, because it's not about what they do, it's more about seeing them do it and being a part of the chat, because it's a community thing, it really is. Right, so yeah, Adobe Illustrator. I watched a beginner tutorial to try and get a sense of what it's for, what the tools are. I crop this guy's name. This guy, he's Terry White. He's legit. He's smooth. He got me in the front door. So I was trying to do something excessively difficult, and I kind of fucked it up, because this is what happens when you're an Adobe product and you don't know what you're doing. You'll see what I did in the next thing, because I did get it right, but it took me about an hour and a half to get it wrong, and then it took me about another 20 minutes to get it right. Layers don't work the same way in Illustrator. Let's just put it that way, right? So this is Oda Nobunaga's clan mon. Mine is on the left, a JPEG of it is on the right. I managed to replicate it in Illustrator, and I only traced one bit. It's not geometrically perfect, but it almost is, and I am so fucking smug about this. 2 hours in Illustrator and I'm a fucking pro. Yeah, not quite. Illustrator's got some like super duper basic tutorials it kind of wants you to do as soon as you go in, and it just walks you through some of their bullshit fantastic tools. Like there's like a shape merging tool that this one uses, where you just take a load of geometric shapes, put them together, and then you can turn them into different, more complicated shapes. This was the second one, just making a badge, messing around with like, you can use shapes and then you can turn those shapes into dotted lines and curved things, and you can add drop shadow to text. Super basic stuff, but at least it shows you where the stuff is in options, because there are too many options. Another thing, this was about using gradients. This was about moving text. This was about changing text. The font, the size, that kind of stuff. Aligning different elements. It's like bread and butter stuff, but again, this is a different world for me. And this is like me realizing what I should be using Illustrator for. This is a super rough up of Scorpion's Badass Chocolate Chew, which is a fake chocolate bar that Scorpion from Mortal Kombat sells, a la the Smiley Show, which I should have branded years ago. I'm going to put this on a t-shirt when I do it in Illustrator, and I'm going to wear that t-shirt. One day, maybe I'll sell it, and maybe I won't get sued by whoever the fuck owns Mortal Kombat at this point. Probably Warner Brothers, right? So I feel like my hands are getting better, but I don't want to really blog tomorrow. So I'll probably bring the blog back next week if I can figure out what to talk about. I want to mess around with Illustrator more. I think it's time to just get graphic illustration under my belt, even if it's not my personal preference. And as I was Googling Silent Hill, I was seeing pictures of Sean Bean dying a la Silent Hill. So I'm right now going to go Google that and see if the world has been righted and that they just simply killed Sean Bean off at the start of the sequel. So I will see you next time. That brings us to the end of Pecha Kucha 98.